Hey guys, this is Endarn27 and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Today we are going to just continue right along with our conquest to form the Empire of Russia with our new king Helgi, as Rurik died in battle from his wounds obtained in battle. So, at any rate, we still don't have the ability to conquer duchies. We're just going to go along and pick off some counties from the north. But this is part of our rebuilding. If we were Rurik, I think we would be pretty darn close to our duchy conquests. But we're not. I love it. This is you, allegedly. Can't tell. Got a mask on. You'll just have to take my word for it. You could ask the queen. She knows. My martial chieftain has excelled during our recent battles, and my court is buzzing with excitement. What an accomplished champion. What a role model. What a man. With all the praise raining down on him, his fate clear, I am expected to officially reward him in some manner. I'll speak well of him. He's the new lord of the chiefdom of Lodi. Should have done that one, but it gives me issues. Gives it gold. There we go. I think I found the rune. The drunken antiques of my courtier Ingrid have been the subject of court gossip before, but lately she seems to have taken them to a whole new level. Getting drunk by mid-morning, passing out in the castle courtyard, stumbling to the tavern in the afternoon, and waking up in the stables with a hangover the next day. Ingrid's degenerate behavior is an embarrassment to all who reside in Novgorod. Sober up in the dungeons. I get 10 dread. A stern talking to will set her straight. If Ingrid wishes to act a fool, then a fool she shall be. Indeed, my court jester. I don't care about Ingrid. Now, where were we? Conquest. Go ahead and get our men raised up here. I think we've spent enough time. They should be able to rally quickly. Oh, and we have the river between us, so we're actually not that close. Ah, kitty cat event again. I appreciate the kitty cat quests. Though I'm more of a dog person myself. Still, I've owned both, dogs and cats, and now I own neither because I live in an apartment that doesn't allow them. Alright, smash. Let him go lick his wounds, he'll be back. In fact, he'll be back very soon. You're always going to have factions against you. If you don't have factions against you, you're not doing it right. Or maybe you're doing it right and better than me, but still. Captured a champion. Can I get any money for him? Ah. Spouse is doing okay. Guess I'm not going to check on the money thing. Remember, I am recording my commentary after the fact. I took his son and heir hostage. Now him, you should definitely take some money for. A whole 25, and I can give him back to you, and then take your land. It's mine already. Okay. Another short victorious war. I can create the Kingdom of Bjarmaland. Should probably be a good idea. Though it does not benefit me particularly in terms of getting vassals. None of these guys will vassalize. They're all Ukonosku, and Ukonosku does not like me. But it does give me opportunity to gain a lot more prestige. Okay, we are going to go after Ustjug. We do have Chieftain Boris's claims that we could press, but frankly, I'd rather press my own. It doesn't do me any benefit to get Chieftain Boris's. He's claiming the same things I can. Alright, off we go. To take Shinkursk. Ah, our peasant uprising. So, now we're dealing with two enemies. And Ustjug is a little bit stronger than I remember them being. They're not a threat to me by any means, but 1600 versus 2200 is a lot closer than I care for. Looks like he's marching up here to Kervola. 5 months left in his siege. He's going to siege down much faster, so we're just going to go see if we can't stomp on his army. Of course, he's going to run away, but I think we can catch him. We're big enough that I'm not even... Oh, well, apparently he thinks he's big enough. Oh. Or not. We'll just go catch him. Pause brings me something. I didn't quite catch that. New martial perk. And this should be the last one we need, and then we can go into the whole of body. Engineered for destruction doesn't really help me. Just partly in tactics. The extra 4 knights might be nice. Honestly, probably the best one. Serve the crown. Oh, but natural dread. Dread is a good thing. So we'll do the serve the crown. Oh, they siege down Obrenosh. That's the uprising. That's alright. They were rather easy. So I never noticed you could check who you've killed in your life. Maybe that depends on your character's traits. Helgi does not mind killing people. He is not just. And bam. Away with you. Taking a look. Sizable army over here. And of course, Volgai is giving us issue again. So our half-sister is able to marry Elizaveta. Definitely a chance for another alliance. Let's go ahead and do that. As far as who we want, this is a little bit trickier. Again, close enough to help, far enough to not hinder in our conquests and our seeking this empire achievement. Alright. Moldavia it is. Now they're down on the Black Sea, so my martial chieftain Naga hands me my favorite sword. It is sharpened and polished, so I see a fraction of my own visage within it. You should carry this for your own sake. Dissenters scurry through your court like diseased rats, and each time we attend a public function, I wonder if it is our last. He stares out of the window. Perhaps we ought to increase the guard patrols. There's a sickly taste in the morning's air. I now have a grandeur of level 1. It's going to go away very quickly because I'm not doing anything to maintain that. Now, we've allowed our army to get rather short on supplies. We're suffering some severe attrition. That's okay, though. We'll actually raise back our levies in friendly territory, as well as our supplies. So as soon as we have our supplies back up, we'll go deal with these enemies. Ooh, opportunity. But of course there is a large army to the south of us, but I don't think they're actually coming for us. They're not allied to Ustyug. Bam. Okay, get this war out of the way and let's go deal with our rebels. Make our duchy. Keep bumping up that prestige earn. I think that actually might have bumped us up to the next level. Yes, it did. So now we can begin conquest of entire duchies. Vologda was lost. It's alright. We'll get him real quick. And his other army won't even be able to get us. But maybe they'll still come and do that. Doesn't matter. Come and get me, or I'll come get you. One or the other. Getting personal. In our latest correspondence, my vassal chieftain Panko had made a mention in passing about the subtleties of court. It's not an important thing. Salt in the wound, so criminals. Nothing but disdain for criminals. And we win. No more rebels. And death to the traitor. Alright. Anyone else? Now here's where I find I don't take any stress, and I like the dread. But this doesn't actually even give me dread, it just gives me a bunch of piety. So, oh well. I can gain the piety. I'm gonna need that piety for going to war with my fellow Slovensk Pravda. Slovenska Pravda? Whatever their religion is. So, off with their heads. These are burned at the stakes. We're gonna have fires for days. Don't mess with Helgi the Seer. He can see the future for you, and their future is very short indeed. Alright. Our dungeons have been emptied. We may have a lot... Our rate of capital punishment may be high, but I tell you the dungeons have never been emptier. So, you can always say that. Don't talk about the means to me, or you'll find yourself having a very short stay in those dungeons as you await your execution. Alright. Now, for our first duchy conquest. Vologda, you've been nothing but a pain to me. Away with you, and your entire duchy. We're after Monterovo. We're gonna divert and go see if we can't catch him. And catch him we did. Alright, now back up to Leoben. We have two armies, so we may as well go for Francia while we're at it. Ah. Our daughter is skilled at... Really at the, diplomacy? Yes, diplomacy. So, we should definitely encourage that. Although I think she would do better at learning. I guess she has a natural inclination for such a thing. And then we caught his army a second time. Always nice. Well, always nice when you have the advantage. Zibisco, my vassal commander and champion. I can expose him. Might be the best option. I kind of need him, but he is a powerful enemy if he is allowed to continue. Yep, let him be known. The whole world will know of your crimes. That's rather a large army. Aha. The Northmen. Okay, so this is an interesting one. I kind of struggled a few times during this playthrough with the Northmen until I made a very crucial discovery. The Northmen have a very large army, but that... why are all my spouses allergic? The Northmen have a very large army, but that large army is kind of their undoing. It's not a very good army. And it has lots of issues. Now, you do have options. In my case, none of these are going to make me do much. They're all going to stress me out for whatever reason. Even though Never Back to Your Frozen Hellscape of a Home and We'll Banish These Invaders as We've Always Done are basically the same thing. So I don't know why one stresses me out and the other doesn't. Oh, I guess that one gives me prestige, where this one gives me nothing. I don't know. Honestly, it does not make sense to me. It's alright though. So for this one, we are going to call our allies in to fight against the Northmen. This is always free. Your allies can be called into defensive wars at no cost. They're expected to stand up for you. So we need to finish this war off. Yep. We need to finish this war off and go deal with the Northmen, who will be arriving very shortly. 87%. I bet if we get one more win on this army, that will do it. That said, this is still a very large army. Ah, we can coax him into fighting us. Down they go. And victory. Okay, now we've got ourselves a duchy and a whole lot of land. And there's our Northmen army down there besieging Monterovo. We're going to need to go deal with them. But again, that is a very large army. Obviously, we are heavily outnumbered. Pass off our land to new vassals. I don't know why there's so many children in this line. They're probably relatives or relatives of existing vassals. I don't know. So we are going to pull back. Wait for our allies to arrive. The Age of Knowing. I'm going to make him a witch as well. That's not something I know much about, the witchcraft thing. Might be something interesting. We're also going to try to recover some of our levies. You'll see them tick up a little bit here. Create a duchy while we're at it, why not? Yeah, while we wait for our allies, he's definitely going to win the Siege of Monterovo. That's fine. Anatomical studies. Again, we are doing the same path that we were going to do with Rurik, to try to extend our king's life as long as possible. Now here, I'm banking on being able to catch this little army of 1,400, but as you can see, that's a bad idea. So we're going to back off on that plan and pull back up to where we were. Here comes our allies, army of 2,000. This will help a lot. Now, if you'll notice, they're burning up supplies. That army of 7,000 is way too big for any one county to support. It's going to run out of supplies and start hemorrhaging men very quickly. That's the time to strike. You can wait for them to kill off a bunch of their men. That is an option. They're attacking, yes, but I'm not losing any particularly valuable territories at the moment. And I'm much more concerned about this invasion. So here are all of our allies come. So this gives us an army of 6,500, 7,000. So this is a good opportunity. And yes, he has officially run out of men. So we're going to come and we're going to jump on this, I believe on this 1450. I don't think we go for the 7,000. But yeah, that army of 7,000 is going to come in, and they're going to fight us as well. So I hesitate initially here, and here they come. So we're just going to take them on. I think this is Taiga I'm in. Ah, Rurik is a man. Welcome, my child. And we're so much better than him that it's not even a contest. We'll come down here, catch a 750. He's just lost the lion's share of his men. And so fighting the armies of the Northmen, not that hard. It can be if you don't do it right. They can definitely be very, very powerful. Ah yes, picking another alliance. Alright, there we go. And on we go with our war. That'll be taken care of shortly. My wife runs an impeccable household. Good for her. Zarya obviously does have some of its own issues. That said, I think they're going to re-establish themselves very quickly over this little breakaway territory. In the meantime, we're going to get rid of these guys. There we go. And done. Northmen dealt with. Alright, disband my army. Now, an Inspire person can be sponsored. This is my first time doing this. That said, it actually isn't too bad. Zoptak wants to forge a spear for me. Yes, thank you. So 100 gold to forge a spear. This gives me an artifact. Alright. Zoptak is going to provide us with a spear in due time. A flock of robed women burst into my throne room, hectically searching the floor and uprooting everything from chairs to skirts in frantic search. King Helgi, one cries one, we're the followers of Jathdel and the Headless, a great holy man who's been decapitated as part of a prophecy Rod gave him at birth. As often happens with holy figures, his head started rolling away. We have been chasing it through the land and are certain it rolled up the hillock into your stronghold. I can join the search. I can force them to leave. I'll not allow you to rummage through my court. Alright, bumped up. The cult is intimidated. Get out of here. Bunch of crazy ladies. Alright, throw up a runestone. Oh, this gives me a stress relief. Throw it in Novgorod, my capital. And we can hold court, so let's see what the court has for us this time. Sitting on my throne. Yeah. A man approaches my throne and is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Novgorod. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left no trace. At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician, Ingvar, was caught red-handed hauling the dead away for his experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. Ah, Ingvar. Grave robbing. If we could do this, that would hurt our grandeur. I don't deliberately want to do that. I can dismiss Ingvar for grave robbing, but I'll just tell him to knock it off. Before me stands my vassal, Chieftain Yemilian, his head hung low. My lord Vologda has been hit hard and... Okay, they've been hit hard and want some help. Best way is to... We'll just send off Rurik as an official inspector. They're hanging us, hounding us. We could keep order, my lord. Please, we can organize ourselves without all the death. A peasant man from the chieftain of Olbranosh, an area plagued by unrest held by my vassal chieftain Uštva, assures me that control can be restored without undue bloodshed. Yeah. We need excessive bloodshed. Or we could just try, not killing as many of them. Chieftain Uštva doesn't like me, but I don't really care. Alright. Well. On to the next thing. So these duchy conquests are definitely going to help us move things along. I think our next target is going to be Apolye. Khazari is winning their war, and they're allied with Kazan. That's just not a good fight right now. Though we have 3,500 troops and 2 reasonably strong allies. But we're not even sharing a border with the kingdom I want. And we need to do a kingdom conquest, so... The one I want is Ruthenia. And it's part of the empire, and that's a lot of counties. Let's see here. Like I said, I think Apolye is going to be our next one. He does have an ally, but only 2,000 strong. We'll go for the High Chieftain of Apolye and finish him off. I'll bring you here if something happens. Ah, and we have rebels. Alright. Can't have a war without rebels springing up as well. You'd think they'd all just learn. Now, Opoli or rebels? Opoli's the more important. We'll try finishing him off quickly. Inspiration fell connoisseur, my vassal chieftain Kirla. Well, I guess I didn't care about that anyway. There are more important things happening. Our daughter. How wonderful. He's after me. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I probably should have been paying a little closer attention to this. Let's see if we can go catch him. We are winning. Still a little closer than I prefer. Sell him back to his people. Our army's gonna go up here and deal with rebels. Other than that, it says we're going to lose that fight. Or not that we're going to lose, but that it's a balanced fight. They must have some decent troops in that army. So we'll just wait. We'll finish up our war for Opoli's duchy, and we'll go deal with the rebels. Losing sieges. Looks like our army did scare off the rebel army in Obernosh. So there's that. Not a single one of these is going to help me as far as stress goes. Weaponsmith wants my personal opinion for my spear. So this is the artifact I've commissioned. 66% chance of it working well. 33, 48, but it produces a much higher. And of course, we fail it. Alright, our army has won that. We need to go start pouncing on some rebels. Two uprisings. What's a party? Two's a party, three's company. That's probably not how that saying goes. Three's a crowd? I don't know. Anyway, the more the merrier. We'll go with that one. The more the merrier. I have enough stakes, I can burn a lot of rebels. They'll be calling me Helgi the Pyromaniac before too long. Ransom for money. My lord, my beneficiary's Optak approaches me with a wide grin, sweat dripping. Okay, guess I didn't care. I got a spear. Thought I read that. Oh well. And this recording session's gonna be kind of a crapshoot. Okay, his army's coming after me. And I'm about to get pounced on by this other army. We're just, in general, going to have a lot of battles happening. We're going to win both of them, though. And we captured the chieftain, the leader of this uprising. Well, we got you here. To the stake. Death. Alright, one problem gone. Do we have any other prisoners? Possibly. My half-sister died. I don't know how she died, but she died. Oh, that's the one I married off. Oh. I'm sorry. Ransom our prisoners. 10 gold is good enough. Ah, traitors. Well, to the stake. Likewise, to the stake. Shinsei, to the stake. We have very draconian laws here in Novgorod. Join the war of, I think this is Moldavia. Yeah, there it was, Moldavia. Alright, we're at war. I probably don't get involved in this. Frankly, I just told him yes so that he'd get off my back. Alright. Victory for us. That said, video's getting tad on the long side. Do I have time for another fight? I don't think I do. So, guys, if you're enjoying this content, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and we will catch you in the next one.